Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to Shenplays. Welcome to the wonderful world of Kerbal Space Program, where today we have a mission to Gilly. So we've set up what will be a Gilly base. We have some nukes, some lights, some solar panels. We even brought some RCS. It's like the first time I've used RCS in forever, really. I have not used RCS in a long time. So hopefully I remember to turn it on. Basically, the reason why we're using RCS here is if we're landing on Gilly, and this mission is to put a base on Gilly, if we're landing on Gilly, then it's really easy to tip over because the gravity is so gentle. It's very, very light gravity. It's also really easy to land with horizontal velocity. In other words, if you're just putt-putting directly up, you'll still land with horizontal velocity and you'll start sliding along the surface. So hopefully we can use the RCS to sort of stabilize ourselves horizontally while we're using our nukes to land. We're bringing all the science equipment that we can handle. We've put some ladders on the sides of the science equipment because if you've seen on the last several missions, it's been really hard to actually get up against the craft and get the science out of it. So this time I've added ladders which we can then grab onto while we're getting our science. So the transfer stage to the Eve system will be these nukes. We have some extra fuel which we can dump to get rid of the mass. Then we're going to have two main fuel tanks. We have a return craft to bring all of our science home. And it's the same as pretty much every other return craft we've used. And then we have our launch system, which is just a mainsail surrounded by 6 skipper engines. Not much else to it. This is actually a very small vehicle. I hope it can get the job done. We've fast-forwarded time until the window for Kerbin to Eve has come around, so it should be a good time to launch. And the Kerbals we're bringing with us, permanently staying on Gilly, will be Lagitaja, Mattia, Richani, Varves, and Carlo the Curious is going to be our scientist on the mission to bring science home. Alright, let's go. I think it's nighttime right now. I was going to fast forward to daytime so you can watch the launch a little better, but I kind of forgot to fast forward. Yeah, it's nighttime. Oh well. No big deal. Alright, 3, 2, 1, launch. How are things going inside? Oh, things are good. Oh, look, the craft is vibrating. This is great. And yeah, we're using the spaceplane module for holding the 4 extra Kerbals instead of the hitchhiker module because the spaceplane module is less mass and physically smaller. So it really doesn't make any sense to use the hitchhiker module. I'm rolling over so 90 is on my right, because that's where I'm used to having it. And our first stage separation is coming up. I wasn't paying attention to our thrust to weight, and it got way too high. First stage success. Okay, 90 is on the correct direction. Good. .32, 1.23. Should be somewhere in there good. But yeah, since we got up to 1.5 at one point, our velocity is a little high. So I'm actually going to let my thrust to weight drop even further, just so we can manage our velocity to be a little better. Okay, let's start our roll. 200 meters per second at 10K, that's good. God, this thing looks so funky with this giant fairing. I like it though. I like that we've designed oh god, Mattia is freaking the fuck out. Everyone else is having a ball, but Mattia's like, what the fuck, no, this isn't good. Calm down, Mattia, seriously. Calm the fuck down. But yeah, we gave ourselves 2-day warning on the window from Kerbin to Eve. Oh, stage separation. we go. Give ourselves 2-day warning on the window from Kerbin to Eve, so that should be perfectly fine for getting to orbit and then maybe orbiting once so we can get at the right position to actually burn for Eve. It gives us time to do the launch and to get into the proper location around Kerbin to start the burn. I wonder if I can change the default setting for the burn time. Other alarms. Nah. Okay, our time to Apo is getting really high. We need to roll over. I wasn't paying attention, which is typically what happens when I launch craft. It's like, oh, everything's going smoothly. Well, let's just not pay attention to something important like time to Apo. Horizontal go. Alright, that's better. Time to Apo is coming down. And we'll separate the fairing. I think we'll wait for this stage to go so that when the fairing pops off, it won't collide with any of this shit. Normally I separate the fairing somewhere around 60 or 65K, but this time I'll wait a little longer because I want this stage to disappear first. Fairing, please. There we go. And we'll keep burning until we get maybe around 100K as our Apo. Let's get our... Oh, we got some wiggle going on. Stop that. Okay, well, we're in space. Let's get our solar panels out. Oh shit, 140. See, I'm not paying attention. We just got 140. Whatever. Whatever. Not a big deal. Okay, so we have a very short burn coming up. Okay, that's better. A 39-second burn. I like that. Get the other solar panels out, please. If I could freaking get to them to click on them, please. There we go. And there we go. Okay, good. So let's fast forward until it's time for our burn. Ah, there's the sun. Hello, sun. What up? Okay, let's circularize this shit. Gonna start at 20 seconds. Now, one thing that concerns me is we have nukes as our transfer stage and our landing stage. And nukes, as of 1.0, this is 1.0.2, but nukes as of 1.0 have a really, really, really hard time with heat dissipation. In other words, they generate a lot of heat, but they don't dissipate it very well, because in space, there's no particles to transfer the heat to. Heat doesn't just go nowhere, it has to go into other particles. But since space is a vacuum, there's very little particles to actually transfer the heat to. So you wind up overheating nukes quite a bit, and they also overheat the other parts on your craft. So they overheat the things that they're attached to, and then they overheat the things that those things are attached to, etc., ad nauseum. And if you overheat anything in your craft too much, it will explode. So we're going to try not to explode anything with these nukes. Anyway, we have a pretty circular orbit, 143 by 142. Let me pop up our Kerbal Space Calculator thingamajig, interplanetary calculator. This is ksp.olex.biz, and we're traveling from Kerbin to Eve from 140 to... Okay, so from Kerbin to Eve, we need to go at about... If this is 90, then it's about 70 maybe? So if we zoom out, make this a straight vertical line with the sun at the left. Okay, there's our vertical line. Then we want our burn to be like right about here. Okay, so something like that. And this will get us to Eve. Yeah? You want to get to Eve? Let's go to Eve. Set target. Aha! Oh, it's pretty close. Okay, so can we get it closer right now? Let's see if we can get it closer right now. Turn off the sun, because the sun's horrible. Ah, there it is. I see it. Yeah. Okay, so now let's zoom over to Eve. There we go. And let's see, where's our path coming in? We are way, way below it. There we are, down there. This line. Currently at 61 million. Okay, so if we go down a little bit, will that help? Yep, that helps quite a bit. 55 million. What if we go a little blue? Oh yeah, 53, 51. Okay. So we're just going to wiggle until we get closer here. And again, anytime you're doing any type of interplanetary burn, it's far more efficient to do adjustments while you're further away. So the fact that we're right next to Kerbin, that's the farthest away we're going to be from Eve, is when we're right next to Kerbin. So we are going to abuse this heavily to get closer by using less fuel, because we're farther away. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. Looking pretty good here. Wow. That's pretty good. .9, 2.0. Oh, wow. But I'd like to come in horizontally. Well, no, it's not true. I don't want to go horizontal. I want to go somewhere around where Gilly is, really. If we can come in... Maybe I should just go for Gilly's orbit. We already have all the readings we need for, like, around Eve. Near Eve, far from Eve. I don't think we need any more readings out there. Maybe we should just go for Gilly. No, we'll still go for Eve. We brought 9,000 fuel. We should be good. I mean, we brought 9,000 delta V. We should be good. I hope. But yeah, let's get horizontal here. This way. Okay, that looks decent. Can we make it a little more horizontal? That is not bad. All right, we'll go for that. And we'll adjust it once we get closer. Fantastic. And that's 1,000 delta V there. We actually, that's not even gonna drain this tank. We have 1,300 delta V left in this tank on the mainsail. That's not even gonna drain the mainsail. Wow. That's pretty amazing. And it's not even that long of a burn either. We'll make it a 20-second burn. Okay. And let's lock on target. And fast forward until it's time for the burn. You guys want to go to Eve? Oh, yeah. Even Matya's calmed down now. Everyone's fucking happy. God. Good times. I wonder if these other 4 guys realize that they're going to be permanently stuck on Gilly. Well, not stuck. I mean, they're setting up a base. They won't be stuck there. They're going to be marooned there. Alright, 20 seconds is when we hit the button. I'm really surprised that we're able to get to Eve with just this tank here. That's pretty cool. We haven't even started using the nukes yet. Which means we brought way too much fuel. Because these nukes have a ton of fuel on them. Oh well, whatever. Better to have more than you need than need and not have. Okay, what did we get? We got 16 million. Okay, let's quickly turn the engine down to like 0. 5.5, okay. And let's see if we can't adjust this 16 million to be a little less. Because that's pretty ridiculous. Oh yeah, there we go. Minimum thrust. Bring it in, baby. Okay, we'll roll with something like that. We're not going to do aero braking, at least not much. So we'll live with that. Cool. What's weird is I'm not even touching the controls, and look at this. It's actually, yeah, we're not even thrusting, and it's adjusting our trajectory. So we're going to get to the Eve system. We'll figure it out from there. Let's fast forward. And yeah, I've been deleting objects that we're not using. So anytime I've launched a satellite or a station or whatever, and it's stuff that we're just not going to be using, I've been deleting it. So that seems to help quite a bit as far as how fast the game is running. And I did set my debris to 0, which means the game will not keep track of anything that gets 2,500 meters away from the camera's focus. It will simply delete it, which may or may not be a good thing. Okay, leaving Kerbin's influence any second now. Okay, even counter in 183 days. Good. Fast forward. Wonder if we can watch the planets move from here. I mean, we can watch ourselves move around the sun. But can we see the planets from here? I don't think so. They're just so teeny tiny. It's amazing how empty space is. There's just nothing out there. It looks like there's a lot of shit there, but everything is really, really, really far apart. Okay, catching up to Eve right about here. Sup, Eve? What up, girl? Twitch chat, I have no idea what you're talking about, but that's great. Okay, entering the Eve system in 1 second. Done. So let's see, do we have any science that we can do out here? This is considered far from Eve, or high over Eve. Let's see if there's any science we can do out here at all. I'm sure the Science Junior has been done. Apparently it has not been done. I'll take that, thank you. What about the other stuff? Goo canister? It has not... Okay, so apparently none of this has been done. I thought for some reason, I thought we had done all this shit. Can't do that one, can't do that one. I can do this one. Okay, there's a ton of science out here. Yeah, we didn't even have a thermometer reading. Wow, okay. Crew report. Okay, Carlo the Curious, come on out. We'll test our new ladder technology to see if the ladder will actually do what we need it to do. Take the crew report in your pocket. Let's get an EVA report out here. 40 science, very good. See, I thought we had done all this, but apparently not. Let's try grabbing onto the ladder. Okay, now from the ladder, we should be able to do all of our science. Yep, there we go. Oh, this is so much easier. Why didn't I think of this before? Apparently it takes a genius to think of actually using a ladder. Because the toughest part of getting the science is simply... Not this way. The toughest part of getting the science is simply staying in the same spot long enough to click the buttons. And if you have a ladder, it's really easy to stay in the same spot. You can see, even though he's technically grabbed onto the ladder, he's still drifting. Look at that, he's just drifting. I don't think he's actually grabbing the ladder, he's just drifting. But, at least from here, we can grab all of our science. Take data. Take data. There we go. Okay, that's everything. Great. And we've reset the modules. Yeah, they're all reset. Okay, good. Try not to break the solar panels, okay, Carlo? Alright, let's get low over Eve. Well, before we do that, let's go ahead and plan our approach. Currently says we're going to crash. Okay, well, let's burn radial. That will stop the crashing. And I heard that... What was that? Sign in. Duriel says, that ship looks awesome. Any way you can share it? Yeah, I can share this, of course. Remind me once we're done with the mission. I'll put it up on Dropbox or Mega or whatever. Okay, so we're going to go radial, and this will push us away from Eve. Radial means at your current path, and our current path is on this plane. If you make the plane into a line, or if you make your trajectory into a line like that, that's our plane. Radial is either left or right based on our current orientation. Our current orientation is, this is up, this is down, so radial is this way, to the right, from this line. Anti-radial would be towards this line, normal would be up, anti-normal would be down, prograde would be along the line, and retrograde would be away from the line, if that makes any sense. That's what all these buttons do. That's their alignment. So the reason I know that to not collide with Eve, I do a radial burn, is because radial is, when we're looking this way, radial is to the right. And if we burn to the right, that'll get us into actual trajectory near Eve instead of smashing into Eve. So let's burn at minimum thrust here and get away from Eve. Just a little bit. There we go. We'll get out to maybe 110K, something like that. 120? Okay. And let's set up our burn out there. Yeah, we're not going to aerobrake because we have a lot of parts that are very, very, very fragile. And I'm pretty sure everything like our solar panels would just rip off if we aerobraked. And we have lots of delta V, so we shouldn't really have to worry about it. Although I don't think we're going to go for like that. I think what we're going to do is head out to Gilly. Yeah, we'll do something like that. We'll head out towards Gilly. In fact, that looks pretty good. Right about there. We'll head out towards Gilly. Yep. Okay, that looks pretty good. So we'll do that, and we'll try to match Gilly at some point here. Gilly's going to be going and coming and going. It's at a very... You can see, look at Gilly's orbit. Look at this thing. That's Gilly's orbit. That is just absolutely nuts. It is... It's a ridiculous orbit. So what we're going to do is we're going to orbit Eve a few times, waiting for Gilly to get close. And then when Gilly gets close, we'll head over to it. We might just go for a circular orbit here. No, we'll do this. We'll do this. Okay, so it's only 230 delta V. That's not very much. It's going to be relatively easy to do this. We are still not even... We haven't even turned on the goddamn nukes. We still haven't turned on the nukes. That's insane. We're using our fucking launch engine from Kerbin. We're still using it. Wow. Wow. Why is the target direction just wobbling like that? The fuck? That's unusual. Okay, let's fast forward as we approach. Where is Eve? Oh, Eve. Where are you? There you are. Hi, Eve. Hello. I wonder how close you have to be for near Eve science. We're still considered far away. We're at 2 million kilometers, or 2 million meters, 1 million meters. Okay, this should be near Eve, I think. Okay, we'll start the burn at about 20 seconds. It's a 40-second burn. And we do have enough delta V within this tank, so we're not even going to stage separate during this. That's crazy. Not even going to stage separate. Let's go ahead and do our science while we're here. There we go. 175 science. Wow. I thought we had done all this. I was wrong. Gravity data. 140 science. Holy shit. Goo canister. 70 science. Very nice. Barometer. 84 science. And thermometer. 56 science. Cool. We still haven't ditched this tank. This is the tank that launched us from Kerbin, and it's still here. Goes to show you it does not take much delta V to get to Eve from Kerbin. Now we might ditch it here. Maybe. Oh, we actually have a chance of hitting Gilly very, very soon. We might be able to do it on this orbit. No, maybe on the next orbit. You know, maybe we can do it. Let's see if we can make this happen. Can we make this work? If we burn radially and then down. I didn't realize Gilly was so close to us. Yeah, that's pretty close. Okay, it's a little bit ahead of us now. Rotate some more. Oh, that was close. Aha! Got it. Okay, let's go for it. No, it's going to take a while. We'll get close. We'll make this work. Gotta remember to do my low over Eve readings while we're here, though, like the crew report. And the EVA report. Oh, goodness. Come on! Oh, shit, we're over-rotating. Oh, shit. Can I drag it? I can't drag it. Interesting. Well, we'll do what we can. Actually, let me get my EVA report while we're here. Okay, so we did all of our science. Throttle back up. Yeah, this burn is going to be totally wrong, but we'll do what we can. Because Gilly is coming by very close to us. We might as well try to hit it this time around. Just remind me to pick up the science before we get too close to Gilly. We'll have plenty of time to pick up the science. I just got to remember to do it before we try to get any more readings. Are these the first kerbals for Eve? No, we've actually put 12 kerbals on Eve already. We took a mission to put a base on Eve, and that's done. This mission is to put a base on Gilly. And while we're here, we're getting a whole fuckload of science from Eve. And we will have overheating problems during this burn. This is a very long burn. If you want to compare the two engines, this nuke versus the mainsail, the mainsail has 1,500 thrust. This nuke has 60 thrust. So two of them is only 120 thrust. It's not very much. Now, even though we timed this burn very poorly, it might still be okay. We certainly have enough fuel to complete the approach of Gilly. It's just going to take some effort. Turn our lights on. Oh, that looks quite nice. Okay, you can see our science module's taking some heat damage here. So hopefully we will finish this burn before it blows up. We'll see. But yeah, nukes generate a ton of heat. And having two of them is going to generate a lot more than just one. Okay, what did we get? That is not what we wanted at all. So if we burn more... You know what, fuck it. I'm just going to plant another node. I don't know what's going on. Burn that way. Needs to go up. And this way. Was it ahead of us now? Oh, it's ahead of us now. Okay. Yeah, okay, so we need to go this way. Aha, there we go. Can we do it? Can we do it? Can we do it? Yeah. Alright. So we're coming in right underneath. That looks good, actually. 9K. That looks pretty good. Alright, get on target. It's a 50-second burn. That's fine. You can tell there's a lot of shit that's very hot. That's alright. Okay, let's do it. 25 seconds, we're going to hit the burn. And again, hopefully nothing blows up while we're doing this burn. It shouldn't. It's not a very long burn. Hang in there, science module. Now this could be difficult. Actually slowing down so that we can get orbit on Gilly, that's going to prove difficult. Because, oh, we can dump this fuel tank soon. Because Gilly doesn't really have much gravity. So we're going to have to take a lot of delta V to slow down for orbit. It's going to be a long burn. What did we get? We overdid it. Shit. Let's flip over and just burn so gently. Shit. Hey, Phobiums, welcome back, man. No? There we go, got it. Okay, there we go. So there's our approach on Gilly. So if we hit this burn now... what will it be? Shit. JJ, welcome back, man. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of delta V to do this. $600 delta V. Okay. 1 minute, 2 minute, a 2 minute 30-second burn. Now that I fear will blow up some components. It's very possible. But we have to try it. I mean, we have tons of delta V. Let me go ahead and dump this thing. Let me dump this fuel tank. We don't need it. Bye. You know what we could do is, as we're approaching Gilly, maybe we can do another burn. Let's try that. Let's say somewhere out here. No, not purple. I want blue. Give me a blue. You know, let's just fast forward. And let's set up a maneuver somewhere along our path here. I see purple maneuver. Where's my blue? It's not letting me do a blue maneuver. That's not good. Purple, purple. Oh, come on, game. Oh, let me go get my science out of the modules. Right. Let's do that first. Carlo! Okay, take the data. Let go. Let's go pick up all of our science aruni. Carlo? No, don't spin like that. Looks nice with the blue light. Whoa, Carlo. There we go. Okay. Pick up the science. Pick up the science. Pick up the science. Okay. I'm really bad at the controls for EVA. I mean, I know what they are, but my brain just instinctively doesn't do the right ones. Like up and forward, I mix them up all the time. Okay. Great. Let's head to Gilly. And hopefully nothing blows up. What I wanted to do was start slowing down before we get to Gilly. If I can get a blue maneuver... No? Oh, there's a blue one. I see it. There we go. If I can get a blue maneuver, I can drag it. There we go. And I want to start my burn to slow down before we even get there. Like maybe right about here. If I could look at the node, there we go. So that's a collision. Whenever you see a wiggly line like that, that's our path. That's a collision. That means we're going to hit Gilly, and that's fine. I just want to keep slowing down, really. Are we actually getting in? Yeah, we are. Okay. So if I go to Gilly, can I see it? Yeah, okay, there we go. So we're up there. 38K from Gilly. Okay. Keep that turned on. And where's my node? There we go. Okay, get closer to Gilly, and then I'm just going to keep slowing down. I'm going to do retrograde burns to try to slow down so that we can lower our velocity while we're still approaching the moon. At least that's the idea. Okay, so if I do that, then can I pull retrograde? Yeah. Gilly escape. I have a Gilly escape, but no Gilly approach. Interesting. There we go. Okay, well, why don't we roll with that? That looks pretty decent. That's a 53-second burn. Okay. And this will allow us to have less time for the actual, burn for orbit or whatever. Now, I do feel like we're going to be overheating, and if we're overheating, we may wind up shutting down the engines, or at least going at lower velocity, lower thrust. And if that's the case, we could be in a world of trouble. But let's at least fast forward. Let's do this burn, and we'll worry about trouble later on. The goo canister is overheating for some reason. Stop it, goo canister. Okay, starting at 27 seconds. Go. Please, nothing overheat. We got a lot of burning left to do here. If you overheat now, we might have trouble. Well, at least Reed Cheney's having fun. Everyone else is freaking the fuck out, but Reed Cheney's having a blast. Okay, what did we get? We got that, which is pretty much what we expected to get. So let's do an orbit. God, how many delta V's? How many delta V's? Oh no, it's too many. The fuck? Okay. Oh, is that a collision now? Might be a collision now. Yeah, we might have a collision now. I'm not sure. But let's see if we can't get orbit somehow. I have no idea. Okay, that's something. Ah, there's orbit. Okay. Okay, good. So let's do that first. Slow down. Without crashing into the moon, please. Thank you. Okay, that looks pretty good. Easier said than done. It is a 3-minute burn, which means we need to start it at 1 minute 38 seconds. Okay. We may not even be in the Gilly sphere of influence when we start the burn. No, we won't be. Alright. 1 minute 38. Shit, stuff's already overheating. God damn it. Stop overheating. We're not even thrusting right now. Goodness. Well, it looks like it's just the solar panels and the goo canister that are hot. So hopefully that's not a big deal. Okay, getting more heat. Stop with the heat. Why is our maneuver thing not working? Okay, what's going on here? Our node is not working. Something's wrong. We no longer have an encounter. What? Oh, because we're about to enter the sphere of influence. Okay. There we go. Okay, so if we hit something with a fucking maneuver, there we go. It's pretty much what we want. Hopefully nothing's overheating too badly. Oh, lots of stuff for overheating. Nothing's more than 40% though. Can I please have a maneuver? Thank you. Well, there's that little dust ball known as Gilly. There's not much to it, huh? It doesn't really have much mass. There's no real features on it or anything. It's just a lump of dirt. Our batteries are overheating. Okay, the science module is now at 60%. That's troubling. We'll see how it holds up as we finish this burn. I think we're okay here. I'm worried about our science junior, but it hasn't blown up yet. And I guess that's a good thing. Yeah, apparently these little indicators are causing memory leaks, but oh well. You can turn them off by hitting, is it F10? But when I'm worried about shit exploding, it's good to have them on. Okay, 5K. there's orbit. So this should be considered high over Gilly. Let's get some science. Yep, high over Gilly, very good. 150 science. Not. Hey everyone, welcome back. The game crashed. I don't know how much of that actually got recorded, but we loaded the save file. It looks like the game had saved. Thank you, Kerbal Alarm Clock. If you aren't familiar with Kerbal Alarm Clock, it does a wonderful thing called saves. So the Kerbal Alarm Clock has saved for us right before we changed Sphere of Influence to being around Gilly. So now that we're here, we can go ahead and do our orbital burn for Gilly. Isn't that nice? Thank you, Kerbal Alarm Clock. But that does mean we need to do our science again. So let's get on target here. Start the burn at 1 minute 3 seconds. Okay, we have time to do science then. Good. Great. This is right where it crashed last time. Please don't crash. Please don't crash. Okay. Please don't crash. Okay. Crew report. Please don't crash. Okay. So far, so good. It is hiccuping a little weirdly, but that's okay. As long as it doesn't crash, we're okay. This is all considered high over Gilly, right? Gotta be. It's 72k? Yeah. 72k is going to be high over, no problem. Okay, so that's all the science we can do. I can check the other modules. They're going to say they don't work. The seismic and the atmospheric simply don't work if you're not in an atmosphere or landed. Okay, hop on out, get a crew report. Or an EVA report. Take the crew report, store the data, and get back in. Okay. Fantastic. We have 600 delta V burn to achieve orbit. Shouldn't be too terribly bad. In fact, maybe we should start earlier? Nah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. Trust in our modules to not explode, right? At some point, you gotta have some freaking faith that your modules are not going to blow themselves up. Hi, Gilly. Hi. We're going to start the burn in about 10 seconds here. Seven, 6, 5, 4, go. Okay, now as long as the Science Junior doesn't blow up, I think we're good, because that's the one part that seems to heat up the most. And that'd be really bad if we lost it, because that has our lander legs and all of our science. So please don't blow up. Yep, hello Smurg. I really do like that Kerbal Alarm Clock does so many little saves for you. I completely forgot about them, by the way, because I haven't had to use them in a long time. It's the first time this game has crashed on me in a while. I think since January, and it's May now. But, you know, they do happen. This is a newly released game, so it's not surprising that crashes happen. What's nice is, with Kerbal Alarm Clock, you don't really go back very far. Gosh, these poor Kerbals, they're panicking so much. Is anyone happy? Oh yeah, man. Reed Cheney is fucking excited, and Varves is kind of happy too. But the rest of the crew, no. No, they're not happy at all. Oh well, they'll be fine. Yeah, nothing's gonna blow up. 100 delta V left to go. We're good. Science Junior is at about 60% heat, but it's not gonna die. We're good. Okay, slow down the burn. Stop. There we go. So this should be considered low over Gilly. So we'll get some new science down here. Let's hop Carlos out. Let's pick up all of our science from the modules. And then we'll get a bunch of low over Gilly readings. And then we'll go land. Now, just like everything else in this universe, Gilly has biomes. So we could, if we really wanted to, we could burn into a... Oh no. Oh no, game. Okay, please, someone remind me to go back to high... You know, I'll just do it right now. I just reset the science module without taking the science out of it. So we just lost it. It's gone. For the high over Gilly science. I completely screwed it up. And you know what? That's a little silly. That's a little silly. I did reset instead of take data. Goodness. Well, that's a derp on my part, but we can go get it. We have lots of Delta V. That's not a problem. It's just silly that I did that, because I wanted to go land, but we can't go land now. We got to burn away a little bit. Oh well. I didn't say I was smart. Okay. So let's go get our high over Gilly again. Because we won't be able to do it on the way out. On the way out, we're not going to have any of this equipment with us. Okay, so let's go prograde. And we'll probably burn out to like 25k. We won't have to go too far. Because high over Gilly is not really a big deal. Okay. So let's head out over there. Fast forward. Oh, apparently we can't fast forward because we're less than 8,000 meters from the surface. Okay, well. Can I do physical fast forward? There, we can do physical acceleration. That's fine. Look at that. There's a seam in the texture of Gilly. Look at that. Neat. Gosh, so much shit is overheating. Hi, Eve. Okay, we gotta get to 8K before we can fast forwards. This is gonna take some time here. Come on. Faster. You know what, maybe we just burn. Well, what's the point of waiting? Oh, because we have to... Right, we don't need to burn, we just need to travel. No, not burning, just need to travel. So please hurry up. Get to 8K where I can fast forward. Okay, we need to get out there. I need to do our reading from the materials bay, and then we can head back down to low. But here's where I'm happy that I brought extra fuel, because being stupid like I am, I have to kind of expect the need for extra fuel at some point. And that's only what, 160 science or something like that. But I don't want to miss out on 160 science. That's silly. We're wobbling. Look at that wobble. Oh, this is so slow. Come on, get to 8K already. Please. Look at that lumpy surface. Look at that. That is just ridiculous. Yeah, Gilly is not very spherical, is it? It's quite lumpy. Which is kind of cool. Oh, and there's another seam in the surface. Look at that. Texture seam. Alright, here comes 8K. 7, 8, 9. Good. Alright, so let's see if this is considered high. We're at 12K. Is that high? High over Gilly. There we go. So 12K. Got it. Let's go grab that science. At least it's easy to rectify, right? You just hop back out. Do the reading again. There we go. Reset the data. Great. Back in the cabin. It's nice that sometimes you can correct your mistakes pretty easily. Other times, not so easy. If you're tight on fuel, you wouldn't be able to really correct it. Okay, now what we're going to do is, I think, circularize right about where we are. Well, maybe not right where we are. Maybe at about 20K. Yeah. Okay, that looks pretty good. We can fast forward a little faster out here. What we're going to do is burn our heat off, because I'm concerned about our heat being a serious issue as we go forward. I want to make sure when we land we don't have heat problems. That would be really bad. And the way you burn your heat off is you just fast forward. What I'm doing now is getting to about 20K on each side. That will allow us to go at fast forward just a little faster than what we have right now. 20K, 20K, okay. So we should be able to fast forward at higher speeds here. And this will burn off our heat, and then we'll come into land. Every time I do this, it's like we're babysitting our modules so they don't break. And I kind of feel like if we just brought the LV909s, we'd be better off than the nukes. Just because with the LV909s, you don't have to worry about heat problems. Alright, so everyone they're enjoying their time here now. We're basically a station in orbit of Gilly. But we are going to fast forward like this until the heat goes away. So why don't I cut the video here and we'll come back when the heat's gone and we'll come into land. Alright everyone, we have burned off our heat and we've changed our orbit to be more horizontal, more equatorial. Although I'm not sure this ball of dust really has much of an equator, probably tumbles a lot. But we've gone equatorial and we're now going to burn into near Gilly, on the light side of Gilly. We'll get our readings and then we'll come into land somewhere in this basin. Hopefully. We'll see how it goes. I have reduced the thrust on both engines to 5.5%, which is the minimum thrust. Don't ask me why 5.5% is the minimum thrust, but that's what we're going for. The heat is gone from all of our modules, and let's fast forward until it's time for burn. Hi, Eve. Eve really is a gorgeous looking planet. I love the purple color. You know what Twitch chat told me? On the last mission to Eve, Twitch chat was mentioning that it would be more difficult to land on Eve if Eve had its what is it called? Not counterclockwise rotation. Like normally the planets rotate clockwise if you're looking top down, but in real life, it's only 3 seconds. It's only a 6-second burn. Okay, in real life, Venus has an a counterclockwise rotation. It actually rotates backwards. It's very weird. And apparently it'd be more difficult to land on Eve if Eve had the same problem, but it doesn't. Eve actually rotates just the same as all the other planets do. 5, 4, 3, go. Okay. How do we look? Pretty good. That should work. Okay, so let's slide in over there and let's get some low over Gilly readings, and then let's go land. Shouldn't we put away the solar panels? Why would you put away the solar panels? There's no atmosphere on Gilly. Oh, right. We're below 20k, so we can't fast forward any faster than 4. Oh. We're going 50 times warp, which is slow. Oh, there's the sun. As soon as we saw the sun, immediately our battery's full charged. Even though the sun's coming around Gilly right about now, they started charging the solar panels long before then. Really weird. I guess light bends. Okay, coming in below 10k. Great. Oh, look at this. All the Kerbals are having a fucking blast now. Oh, they love it. They love it. And we can no longer fast forward because we're below 8k. Oh, goodness. This is going to take some time. I guess I'll cut the video again. Holy hell, look how close we are to the surface here. You know what? I think this will do. I was going to wait until we're already over here at, 5k, but I think this will do right where we are. Why bother with anything else? Let's get our crew report from low over. Oh, this is what? This is still high over Gilly? Are you fucking kidding me? Really? Maybe if we get below 6k? All right, let's do some physical time warp. Get below 6k. How can this be low? How can this be high over Gilly? We are 360 meters above the surface right now, and this is considered high over Gilly. Are you kidding me? Oh, there we go. Near Gilly. Okay, good. All the science. All the science. So below 6k is near Gilly. 200 science. I love it. More. I want more. 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 We're not going to pick this up until we're landed, so not worried about it. We're just going to grab it, and then we're going to go retrograde and go land. Get an EVA report. Take the crude thing, store it, get back in. Okay. Burn retrograde. And let's land. I'm going to put the throttle up to 100. No, that may be 42. Okay, 42. Give us some more oomph. There we go. Oh, it was in orbit mode. It needs to be in service mode. Interesting. We are 60 meters above the surface. Let's get our lander legs out. And put her down. Apparently I can't do prograde and retrograde right now. For some reason it won't let me do it. So we'll have to land this manually. Turn RCS on. Gonna put thrust limiter back to the minimum, 5.5. Okay, now I can put retrograde back on. Good, good. .31 meters above the surface. 29, 28. .20 meters. There's our shadow. I think we're okay here. 13 meters. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Fucking fantastic. There you go. We made it. Okay, RCS off. And we're sliding on the surface. Okay, have we stopped yet? Are we good? Okay, I am going to set the lander legs to... Oh, they are locked. They are locked. I was going to say we should lock them so we don't tip over. We're good. They're locked. Okay. Fantastic. We are... Well, we're here. We made it. Does that complete the mission? It does. Mission accomplished. Surface outpost on Gilly. Holy shit. How many credits did that give us? That gave us 1,000,000 credits. No joke. That gave us 1,000,000 credits just for putting this piece of junk on Gilly. Look at that. Alright, well, let's get Carlo out here. Look at that. We are wiggling. I'm not even moving anything. Maybe I turn SAS off? No, we're still wiggling. So no matter what we do, we're going to be wiggling on the surface of Gilly. Anyway, Carlo, come on out. Let's get a EVA report while just above Gilly's Highlands. Okay. Hop back in. Apparently we already had that report. That's okay. You can see there's not much gravity. Look how slowly we're falling here. Oh man, Carlo, look how happy she is. She is having a blast. Let's pick up all of this near Gilly science, and then we'll do surface samples and stuff. Okay, 225 science from the surface. Very nice. Get our goo canister. .90 science, okay. Gravioli detector. Take the data. Log the data. 180 science, I love it. Take the data. Take the data. Get the seismic reading. 180 science, take the data. And head over to the other side. Oh, yep. Walking on Gilly. That was a step. We took one step, folks. I will see you from orbit. Okay, maybe not quite orbit, but still. Okay, take that science. Let go. Take the science. Log new science. Take the science. All right. Take the science, log new science, and take the science. And scientists, like Carlo here, scientists are the only kerbals that can do readings while they're not in the command module. All the other kerbals have to be in the command module to do readings like that. Okay, let's get a surface reading and a surface sample. EVA report, 72 science. You can barely move without flying away from the surface. You wish you brought and anchor. They still haven't fixed that. And anchor. It's been saying that since alpha, I believe. The surface gives away easily, and you have a hard time keeping the sample in the container due to the low gravity. 270 science. We're going to need a flag, of course. Carlos. All right. Keep an eye on our monopropellant here. Looks okay. Wow, look at this landscape. Look at this. It's not spherical at all. This is just one big lump. It's just a collection of dust that's been gathering around Eve. It's amazing this thing has not been collected into Eve yet. You got to imagine this ball of dust will eventually get sucked in by Eve, because Eve has really high gravity. Alright, well we did it. We got our station on Eve, or on Gilly. Now we just have to get home. Oh goodness. But yeah, when you grab a ladder, it really doesn't grab the ladder. It sort of flings you upward. Which is strange. Okay. Okay, there we go. We got all of our data. So we have high over Eve, near Eve, high over Gilly, near Gilly, and then landed at Gilly. That's a lot of science. Were there any more missions out here? I don't think so. Oh, right, Explore Eve. We will finish the Explore Eve mission once we're done here. And Explore Gilly. Okay. So we're going to complete 3 missions once we go home. So this will be great. Carlo, are you ready to go home? Lagataja, Mattia, Richani, and Varves, you guys ready to stay here for the rest of eternity? Oh, fuck yeah. Set up a bed and breakfast or something. Alright. Well, it's been great, but it's time to go. Whoops. There we go. Let's get off this hunk of junk. Bye. Enjoy Gilly. Bye. Okay, that'll get us into orbit of Eve. Great. Let's fast forward. Right, we can't fast forward because we're below 8K. Alright, well, I will see you guys when we actually get above 8K. Alright, we made it to 8K, everyone, so we can now go to 50 times warp speed. Look at that. Whee! Goodbye, chumps. Man, Carlo is so happy to get out of here. Can you imagine just being one of those other 4 kerbals? They're just like, wait a minute. Did Carlo just leave us here? It's okay, though, because Carlo has all of the science. None of this matters. Only the science matters. So they're going to set up their bed and breakfast or taco stand or whatever the fuck they want to do. And Carlo's going to go back to Kerbin. You know, live the easy life. Collect all the... I guess she's a woman. Well, she can still collect bitches. No reason not to. Okay, we're about to enter Eve's influence now. There we go. Yep. Oh, something like that. Are we there? Okay, I think we're in Eve's influence now. And from here, we'll figure out when to go back to Kerbin, and that is going to be with Kerbal Alarm Clock. So when do we go back to Kerbin? One year and 94 days. Wow. Now give ourselves 2 days. Oh, goodness. That is such a long time from now. I think I want to burn my orbit in a little bit. Not sure if I want to do that. I think I want to do that. Gilly's not going to fuck with us because Gilly doesn't really have much mass. That's 300 delta V. Fuck it. Okay, well, I'll be back when it's time to do our burn to go home. Alright, welcome back, everybody. We are coming in. Well, we're approaching our burn for Kerbin and just setting it up however we want. Doesn't really matter too much, just as long as we get it somewhere around 20, 30. We can do another burn once we get closer, but yeah, something like that's fine. So let's try to do that burn. It's going to be in 3 days and 4 hours. And yeah, we had to fast forward 1 year and 92 days. And then our burn, since we're pretty much on Gilly's orbit, our burn is going to be way over here. Normally, when you're coming back from Eve, you want to burn from right about here. But that's assuming you have a circular orbit and you're close to Eve. Since we don't have a circular orbit and we're not close to Eve, I just dragged the maneuver node around our current orbit until it found a place that it liked. I was having some weird trouble with the maneuver nodes. It took a while to actually get this to work, but it was I was getting some that were saying like 3,700 delta V for your burn. And I'm like, I brought 1,000, not 3,000. I figured the return burn would be somewhere between 800 and 1,000, so I brought 1,200. And sure enough, 762 looks about right. Let's go ahead and fast forward. 762 looks about right for returning from Eve. So I figured we had it right, but it's hard to tell. Sometimes the game doesn't give you what you want it to give you. And sometimes this maneuver node stuff doesn't really show you any information that makes sense. Like, it shouldn't take 3,700 delta V for a burn from Eve to Kerbin, but that's what it was telling me for a while. Okay, so we started at 23.2 seconds. 4, 3, go. And we'll have to do some fine-tuning, but this should get pretty close to Kerbin. Carlo is not looking happy about the idea of going home, but I tell you what, it's better than being stuck on Gilly for the rest of eternity. Alright, well, let's see what we got. We got a collision. Oh, no, we didn't. We got 100K. Okay, well, I tell you what. We'll stick with that. We still have 400 delta V. Actually, no, that's fine. We'll stick with the 100K, and then once we get to the kerbin system, we'll adjust it just slightly. Okay? So, let's fast forward. How long is it going to be until we arrive? Well, 2 days until we leave this system, and then we'll see how many days it takes before we arrive. And again, Kerbal Alarm Clock is doing this the right way. You never want to change a sphere of influence while you're fast forwarding. You always want to go at speed 1. So we're going to go ahead and change sphere of influence at speed 1. And Kerbal Alarm Clock, you can set it to automatically pause the game when your sphere of influence is approaching. That way you can't screw it up. Okay, so we're going to arrive at the kerbin system in... Oh, now it says we have 1,000,000 periapsis. Okay, well... Darn it. Well, we're going to have to do some adjustments. So what do we need to adjust? Well, let's take a look at kerbin. And it says we're coming at 1,000,000 meters. Okay. There you go, that'll do. Now it says 6 kilometers. That's a little close. 48 kilometers. 40 kilometers. 33. 27. That's my number. That's my number. I'm going to set my engines to minimum thrust. Okay. And it's barely any burn at all. So let's fast forward. Okay. And again, the reason we're doing the burn now and not later is because it'll cost us less fuel to do it now. Not that it really matters. We have lots of time, or we have lots of fuel, but still. It's the principle. Okay, how did that do? We got 35. I'll take it. And then once we get to the kerbin system, I can burn just a tiny bit more. Okay. So we fast forward 124 days. Great. Whee! Oh my goodness, that name. Oh, thanks for subbing Kilwinky King. I hope I pronounced that right. Okay, here we go. Entering the kerbin system. Oh, I see kerbin. There's kerbin. Hi, kerbin. We're back. We're back. Okay, 10 seconds till sphere of influence change. Very good. There we go. Okay, now we're going to adjust our 35K by burning anti-radial. Anti-radial will get you closer to whatever object you're going towards. Radial will take you further away. Is that anti-radial? There we go. It was on surface for some reason. Okay, 27, please. 26.5. That'll work. No problem. All right, so let's go land. But before we land, let's add a maneuver right about there, so we can fast forward to that maneuver without worry. Okay, well, we had a game crash there. Another one. That's you know, it happens, I guess. I hope it doesn't really affect it. It shouldn't, because Kerbal Alarm Clock has been doing autosaves. Probably at the Sphere of Influence change there, it did an autosave. We should be fine. Alright. Please tell me we're not back at Gilly. We are back at Gilly. Granted, we've already done our burn for Kerbin, it looks, but still. Alright. 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 So if we look at Kerbin, does it actually show us approach? Yeah, we already have an approach on Kerbin. Okay. Okay. Okay, game. Fast forward. Okay, leaving Gilly. Am I a physicist? No, I'm not a physicist. My last job was in accounting. Gosh, this blue beam is our trajectory. Reminds me of Tron. That's really neat. Okay, now it says we have a kerbin periapsis of 2 million. Which is, well, I guess it's not the end of the world. In fact, this time I'm just going to go for, just go to Kerbin. Screw it. We'll figure it out when we get there. You know? At some point, my patience is just gone. And I'm like, no, no, 2 crashes. We're just going to go. We have 430 delta V left anyway. Okay, sphere of influence change here. Okay, 2 million? Yeah, 2 million. And it's pretty much just an anti-radial burn. So let's zoom in on Kerbin while we're doing anti-radial burn here. We might also do some normal anti-normal just to stay mostly equatorial. So burn gently, please. Switch to radial, or normal, sorry. Yeah, this is pretty quick, and we still have tons of delta V. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. But yeah, someone needs to make a mod to turn the sun off. When you're doing maneuvers, the sun is just the worst thing. Because it's so bright, and it covers up all your little tags and shit that you're worried about. It's hard to see numbers and tags and stuff when the sun is there. Okay, anti-normal and anti-radial are the 2 we're going to use. Yeah, we have tons of delta V. We're good. We're good, man. Feels good, man. $27.5, I'll take it. Alright, let's go. Let's go land this piece of shit. add a maneuver before we hit that point. Maybe right about here. So we can fast forward into that maneuver and not collide with the planet. Normally, if you fast forward as you're approaching a planet, you will just go right through the atmosphere, right through the planet without ever slowing down. But if you add a maneuver and you have Kerbal Alarm Clock, it will automatically pause for you or slow down time as you approach that maneuver, which means you can't really just, you know, clip through the planet. Okay, well, we're here. Let's go ahead and dump our engines. We don't need them anymore. SAS off. And our heat shield will save us. Oh, wow, look at Carlo's face. She is just the happiest Kerbal. Holy shit. And the music turns off. Yeah, why does the music turn off when you are no longer orbiting? I don't know. I really wish it didn't. Okay, should start getting some visual effects around 40k. There we go, 42. Heat shield's going to protect everything. And we're no longer in orbit. Anytime it does a camera shift like that, you know you're not in orbit anymore. Yeah, I tend to eject everything except the pod. I know you can make more money, or not make more money. You can save your money if you bring more parts down with you. But I kind of feel like that would just increase the chance of stuff breaking. And I don't want to run any kind of risk of our pod getting damaged. So I'd rather just detach everything except the pod. Come on home. I do still have the command module here. The probe head, which I don't normally do, but why not? It only weighs 0.1 tons. It's not a big deal. Okay, passing 1,300 meters per second, 20k. Ablative plating's only wasted about 27 so far, so it's doing quite well. And we're leaving the heat of the atmosphere, and we're now entering supersonic mode. Great. Yep. Fantastic. Good job, Carlo. Good job. We can fast forward as we come into land. In the water. Okay, about 5k will hit the parachute. There we go. That'll add a couple G's and slow us down quite a bit. And then just above 500 meters we'll slow down again so that the full deployment of the parachute won't rip us apart. Deploy, damn you! Deploy! There we go. Got a couple more G's there, up to about 6 G's it looks like. And then back down. Fast forward. Alright, and that was it. Good job, Carlo. Alright, how much science? How much science? How much science? What did we get? Duh! 3,575 science. I'd call that a good mission. Wow. That's a lot of science. And 31 experience for Carlo. Level 3. Nice. So what the hell do we do with 3,500 science? I don't know. The big ore canister? Another probe head. Another probe head. Ion drive. Airplane parts. Let's get airplane parts. Let's get the ion drive. Still have 2,500 left over. Let's get some more beams and shit. Adapters, why not? Girders, okay. Small engines, sure. And maybe one of these. Maybe the big probe head. We're never going to use this thing. Maybe we'll get the grappling hook. I mean, what else am I going to do with all this science? Maybe we'll get the big ore cannon. Yeah, alright, get the big ore canister. Why not? We'll figure out how to use ore at some point. And get the grappling hook. Oh, we're almost done with the science tree. We need, let's see, 1,000, 1,550. We need 1,850 more science to finish the entire tree. And I tell you what, I took a mission for Jool. I took a mission to go to Pole and to explore Jool. So I think that's going to be the next mission we do, is going to Jool. We have another one for Bop. Probably take that as well. Position a satellite in a tundra orbit around Gilly. What a very specific place to put a satellite. I'm never going to do that. Oh, a satellite in orbit of the sun. That's fun. A surface outpost on Pole. The payout is 2 million credits. And you have to mine 2,000 ore. I mean, I would love to do that, but I'm not going to do that. Science data from the surface of Pole. Hell yeah. Anyway, that was our wonderful adventure to Gilly. Thanks for watching. I've been Shen, you've been you. The crashes are brought to you by Kerbal Space Program. I will see you next time. Have a good day.